Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Friday, August 2nd, and you don't know what that means, but it happens from time to time. But it's time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, acknowledging our new tribal chief, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And today's show, SummerSlam 2024 preview, predictions, what's going to go down is happening tomorrow night, but let's get into it. All right, so before we start with the 2024 show, let's take a quick look at the 2023 show, what happened last year. So last year's show had 9 matches that took place in Detroit, Michigan. So we had Logan Paul defeating Ricochet, Cody Rhodes beating Brock Lesnar, LA Knight winning the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal, Shayna Baszler defeated Ronda Rousey by technical submission in the MMA rules match. Gunther beat Drew McIntyre, retaining the Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor, retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. Bianca Belair defeated Asuka and Charlotte to become the new WWE Women's Champion. Asuka was champion. Who remembers that? Io Sky then cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase, defeating Bianca Belair to become the new WWE Women's Champion. And in the main event, Roman Reigns defeated Jey Uso to retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. This was contested under tribal combat and for recognition to become the new tribal chief of the Noai family. But that was a good show. But how does this year's show stack up? This year's show is taking place at the Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, and we have 7 matches on the card. Once again, WWE does this thing where we have not a lot of matches on the card. For some reason, Johnny Gargano and Ciampa aren't on this card defending their tag team championship, even though they're defending them on SmackDown tonight. And Miz and R-Truth don't have a match on this card, but Miz is hosting WrestleMania. This is stupid. Also, the women's tag team titles are taking place on title match that's taking place on SmackDown tonight. There are a few other things that they could have done on this card to just flesh it out. You could have clearly done 2 members of the Wyatt Six versus the Creed brothers. You could have, gotten Tiffany Stratton on this card. There's a bunch of things you could have done, but 7 matches just doesn't seem right. But let's dive into it, and we'll start first with CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre for the hatred of each other. This is a match with a special guest referee who is Seth freaking Rollins, and this is probably one of the 2 matches I am looking forward to the most. This by far has the best story going for it right now. So this all stems from CM Punk making his debut and essentially trying to apologize for his past deeds, whatever. And Drew McIntyre's like, no, I don't like you. I don't need you. I don't need to be a part of a company with you. I don't need to be friends with you. Just stay away from me. And Punk has been a thorn in Drew McIntyre's side. Punk has cost Drew a multitude of world championship matches. He has cost him a lot, and McIntyre has returned in kind with payback. At one point, Drew McIntyre quit because, well, the higher-ups were giving CM Punk a pass. And I agree with Drew McIntyre. It's always great when the quote-unquote heel makes all of the sense. And CM Punk has done nothing in this feud to be cheered. Now, remember this. CM Punk was supposed to be facing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, but he got hurt because, in the words of, a certain someone in AEW, fragile mind, fragile ego, fragile body. And Punk has not been cleared up until here at SummerSlam. So he was supposed to face Seth. They pivoted into a great moment with Drew McIntyre Punk has constantly been involved in Drew McIntyre's matches, and everything boils here. Me personally, I would make this match the main event. And the caveat is Seth Rollins. He doesn't like Punk. He doesn't like Drew. He's made that clear. He's made that very, very clear. And he told them that as a special referee, it's his way or the highway. Might give you a 10 count, might count you out, might allow a chair shot here or there. Just don't put your hands on the referee. So the wild card in this match is Seth Rollins. How will he go about refereeing this match? What will he let slide? What will he do? So, personally, Drew McIntyre has to win this match. Period. CM Punk can't win this. CM Punk has done nothing to win this match. He has done nothing to put himself in a position to win this match. Yes, Drew McIntyre has the bracelet with the name of the dog and his wife, whatever, but Drew has been getting screwed left and right for like 3 to 4 years now, and he's right. He's got to win this match. We can then pivot to Drew going back for the world championship. We can pivot to CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, because that's where some real money is at, and Seth versus Punk. And Drew has done a great job pretty much carrying this. So he carried this feud for the majority of it, especially for like the last 3 months. But Drew McIntyre has to win here. I am picking Drew McIntyre to win here. This needs to be a fight. This needs to be a bloodbath. Period. So next up, we have Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental Championship against Bron Breakker. And look, let's be real. We're crowning Bron Breakker here. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sami has, I don't want to say escaped, but he's done what Sami Zayn does, and that is, be the best, be able to overcome the odds, and that's really good for him. I am all for, keeping Sami Zayn over, but right here, right now, listen, he's not winning this match. He is not winning this match. It's time to crown Bron Breakker. It'll be as good as the last match, might even be a little bit better, but it's over for Sami. Lock it. And next up, we have Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Yeah, for the United States Championship. And you have to crown you have to crown LA Knight here. They fought at WrestleMania in a triple threat match, and we originally thought it was going to be Logan versus Knight, but we're getting it here. This has been very solid. The war of words between the two men, the animosity, I like it. Logan Paul's been a fine champion, but you can't keep having LA Knight lose the big match. LA Knight cannot keep losing. LA Knight cannot keep being the bridesmaid. He has to walk away as the champion. Listen, we know Logan Paul's in the news recently, and I think that's going to really solidify him as losing this championship. But he's been a fine addition to the roster. He's still an asshole. He is still a piece of shit, but he does the job, and he's good at it. I can admit that he is very good at this thing we call professional wrestling, but LA Knight is walking away as your new United States champion. Then we have Cody Rhodes defending the Undisputed WWE Championship against Solo Sikoa, and this one is very tough to predict. Why? Solo has made a new bloodline, and they have been nothing short of dominant, especially if they win the tag team championships tonight. You kind of got to get more gold into the bloodline, right? But Cody has finished his story defeating Roman Reigns for the championship at WrestleMania. Can you have Cody win here? And then another wild card is, what will Roman Reigns do? We're all expecting Roman Reigns to return for this match. I expect this match to be the main event, but Roman Reigns has got to show up, right, with Paul Heyman. And this story is not even close to being finished. Solo has done a fantastic job, but I've been saying for at least 2 weeks now, I think Solo Sikoa is winning this match. I think Solo is winning, but does that include him walking away as champion? That's the tough question. This is a really big spot for Solo, right? This match is more than likely the main event because we're going to deal with the Roman Reigns return. But Solo's got to step up, and he's shown that he can do that. What will Jacob Fatu do? What will the rest of the bloodline do? There is a very small possibility that Solo could walk away as champion. I am intrigued here, but I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Solo to win, whether that's by DQ or as walking away as champion. I'm not sure, but I think Solo wins here. How does Cody recover from that? How does Roman Reigns fit in? There's so many moving parts that's the decision that I've landed on. Next up, we have Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, with Liv Morgan defending the Women's World Championship. And this is the other match I was talking about that has great story. This all started back to last year when Rhea put Liv on the shelf, right? Liv returns. Liv has been the runner-up a lot. I mean, she's been a former world champion, but more often than not, she's been the runner-up, right? So she injures Rhea Ripley. Liv stated time and again that Rhea is going to pay for what she did. Now, mind you, Liv is well within her rights to get revenge. Rhea felt no remorse. So Liv tells Rhea, I'm going to take everything from you. And the first thing she did was injure Rhea and got the world championship away from Rhea. Becky won, but Liv got the championship at Queen of the Ring. So now Liv has been champion. Then she said she was taking everything away from Rhea, right? So she said she was taking Dom, and she's worked really, really hard on that. Part of me thinks she's trying to take the Judgment Day. So Rhea returns, and Dom has been caught in a few compromising positions. Rhea and Dom reconcile. He tells Liv off, and now we have the match, right? A lot of us believe Dom is turning on Rhea. Like nearly everybody is believing that Dom turns on Rhea and Rhea gets kicked out of the Judgment Day. I don't think that happens, only because if you watch Rhea and Dom together, they have been ride or die for each other. And I just don't think Rhea being gone for, that brief period of time would cause him to turn. I do believe that someone is getting betrayed. And I think it's going to be Finn that does it. And I think Finn's going to be the one with JD to do something to Rhea and Dom and bring in Liv. I do not think Rhea Ripley's winning here. Liv needs a win, another big win to solidify her reign. She beat Becky for the title, but she really hasn't defended it enough, and she needs another big win. Like I said, you get it here. You can get some more mileage out of this story, and Liv will go do some crazy things to retain the championship. So I am taking Liv Morgan to walk away and retain the Women's World Championship. Next up, we have Bayley versus Nia Jax. Nia is getting this WWE Women's Championship match as she won the Queen of the Ring tournament, and who better to really face than Bayley? This is weird because I'm enjoying Nia's run. I'm enjoying Bayley. You know I love me some Bayley. I just think Bayley's reign is over. And it sucks. Bayley won the Royal Rumble. She won at WrestleMania. And she's Bayley. She's the great hand that you can always count on, but I think you have to crown Nia. You know what I mean? They're going to put on a really, really good match. And Nia's got to be given something for the great run that she's been on. So I think Nia wins. And we can get a couple rematches here and there, but the wild card, it's another one for the show, is Tiffany Stratton with the Money in the Bank briefcase remember, Tiffany and Nia are friends, and they've got each other's back. And Tiffany almost cashed in until Nia stopped. It was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" So that's where I'm at. How does Tiffany fit in to all of this, right? Does she pull a Seth and a Drew and make the match a triple threat match? Does she wait until there's a definitive winner and a loser before she cashes in? This can go a plethora of ways, and I'm excited for it. I still think Bayley's losing, which is okay, because I think Nia has earned a championship reign. Keep your eyes on Tiffany Stratton. And our final match is the World Heavyweight Championship match, with Gunther getting this opportunity after winning the King of the Ring. He'll be facing Damien Priest, the current World Heavyweight Champion. And over the last week, they've really added some sauce, some heat to this match. Essentially, we've played into the point of Gunther is entitled. Gunther believes in this perverted view of respect, and that Damien Priest as champion perverts the World Heavyweight Champion. And we're telling the story of Damien Priest from, he was homeless, he's worked for this, he's fought for this, and this is what he's about. You know what I mean? This is good. Priest has been a really good world champion. You know what I mean? He's got some solid wins, and I think he's winning here. Because once you downplay your opponent like Gunther has done, your win doesn't mean as much. So I think what happens is Gunther gives everything he can to Priest. Priest overcomes, and now Gunther sees, oh man, I should not have taken Damien Priest lightly. You know what I mean? And I think that Gunther will win at Bash in Berlin, which is the next pay-per-view. But this is going to be a solid match. Priest has shown himself to be a fine champion, to be able to put on that match, to be able to carry the load. So take Damien Priest to retain and walk out your World Heavyweight Champion. So one more time. Drew McIntyre over CM Punk. Bron Breakker over Sami Zayn, LA Knight over Logan Paul, Solo Sikoa over Cody Rhodes, Liv Morgan over Rhea Ripley, Bayley over Nia Jax, and Damien Priest over Gunther. But that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Coming up, we've got a couple lists. We've got Let's Talk About It. We've got a Hybrid Wrestling podcast going for you next week as well. Check it out on the screen. Check out the socials. Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube. Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram. And of course, the 215 on Twitter. And as always, Bayley, Isla Dawn, Gigi Dolan, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and Anna J. Holla at your boy. Peace.